physical students, if you remember very well, this is that question that needs some reverse gearing, which you are not able to get. Do you remember you are not able to get this question right? Not high-low. This April 2025. Question number 4B is BD Limited. BD Limited produces a detergent branded 𝐾𝐞𝐲. Oh, it's supposed to be question 5B. Question 5B, I'm sorry for that. This is supposed to be question number 5B. Ulimwambia, eh? It's supposed to be question number 5B. So can we start now? BD Limited produces a detergent branded 𝐾𝐞𝐲. During its first week of production, the cost accountant has provided the following information. So you can see the standard cost for what here, somebody? 1 unit. We have direct materials, direct labor, production overheads. Actual figures for whole activity are given there. Direct materials 6435, direct labor 16324. Analysis of variances. We have direct materials, variances, price usage, direct labor rate efficiency, production overhead, expenditure, and volume. So they want us to compute the following. They want us to give them something very important there, which is what here? Actual output. Is that something that we have tried, if you remember? It is a question we have tried, and most of us, for sure, they were not able to do it. And now they asked me to go ahead and do it. After going through whatever exercise that I've taken you through, this is now a question that we shall be able to answer relatively very, very easily. Very easily. So this very easily, what we have, ladies and gentlemen, here. So they want us to give them the actual output. In terms of materials, where do we expect to get actual output? In which type of variance of materials? Is it material price or material usage? No, output, actual output. It can't be in material price variance. It can only be in material usage variance because of capital SQ. Because capital SQ stands for standard quantity for actual production. So then a good student came and took this question from the material what here, somebody? Usage variance, yes. So material usage variance equals who? Are they able to remember the formula? Standard quantity minus who? Actual quantity done what here, somebody? Used. Outside here, we have to monetize. Monetization needs we put outside standard price. Right. Standard price. Now, in this April 2025 question number 5B, has the examiner given me the material usage variance? Anasema ni ngapi? 375. So 375, is it favorable or adverse? So if it's favorable, in my equation, I will leave it as positive. So 375 equals, into brackets, standard quantity we do not know. We don't know the standard quantity, isn't it? Minus actual quantity of materials. Read anywhere. Actual quantity of materials, 64. A lie. Because 6435 is Kenya shillings. To me, that is actual material cost. You know, quantity is kilograms. All right. That cannot be, that is what most students were picking. That is not actual quantity. In the entire question, actual quantity has not been given. Not been given totally. Do we know what the standard price is? How much? Go back to the standard price. 1.5, those are kilograms. The price, 3 units at 10 units at 1.5 per kilogram, isn't it? So then you're right. You are very right. In terms of materials, the standard price per kilogram is 1.5. So then can you kindly do me a favor by making the two the subject of the formula? Remember what we said is that these two will be taken as if they are 1 unit. They are 1 item. So basically come and divide both sides by what here, somebody? You divide by 1.5. Divide by 1.5. So if you do that, you will end up getting 375 divided by 1.5, which gives me 250. And by the way, these evening students who are online, have you started tackling variances? The online students, have you started tackling variances with your great teacher? The online students, have you started tackling variances? Ah, great. Not yet. Okay. Okay. They feel lost. They feel lost. The very best then will be, because this is what I'm teaching, and it's quite a high level. The very best will be for you, go to your learning management system. You simply get off the class, go to your management, or rather, management accounting, learning management system, and pick videos for the topic that you are doing last with your teacher, right? And watch those videos, because this is really the climax of variance analysis. So if I am to go back and then I start teaching variance analysis, the students that I have here will feel bad. So if I were you, and I'm really sorry for this, I would straight away log out of this classroom, and then you get your learning management system, pick a topic. If, for example, you are doing CVP analysis, go to CVP analysis, previous semester videos. You will be able to get lots of help there. Here you'll waste your time, because now I'm not in a position of even trying to define what MUV stands for. Yeah, when I will start revision, I will be welcoming you. I will be welcoming you. Thank you so much. Be blessed in whatever you're doing. Yeah, and at times when the teacher is not around, it's good to have a hooray moment, isn't it? I enjoy. If you don't want to watch the videos, today is your evening. Get out there and enjoy a little bit. Play football. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So then 50 will be SQ minus AQ, like that. Revision proper inaanza when nitakwambia hiyo, nitakwambia karibu sana. Nitakwambia. Thank you so much. So you see, in mathematics, if you have got two unknowns, how many equations do you need? If you have two unknowns, how many equations do you need? Two, you are right. I was trying to confuse you. Two unknowns, if you remember simultaneous equations, you need two. Now you see, we only have one equation, and yet how many unknowns? Two. So what will you do in your exam? Because the way it is, you can't get any of them. So what shall you do in your exam? Crying is an option. You can decide to cry a little bit, isn't it? I'm still handling the material variances. So material usage variance imekwama. So if I'm the one doing this, straight away I go to the material price bar. No, achie hii hapo. Enda kwa material price variance. Sasa substitute one. We look for the second equation, right? Yeah. So Joe, your classmates, fellow classmates, if you go to WhatsApp, you'll be able to advise them. They have said they simply go and keep themselves busy out there, because the topic I'm doing and I'm finishing is really advanced for them. For them. And now that your mwalimu is not around today, yeah, they have said in this case here they will keep themselves busy for now. Please advise those other students. We are doing variances. We are doing variances here. Advise them in the group that hooray, today is our day. Leo ni kama midterm. Yeah. So material price variance. So material price variance, do you remember the formula? It is what minus what? SP minus AP. SP minus AP multiplied by actual quantity done what somebody purchased. Now I want to introduce something very, very important. You see, like here, we don't know the actual price per unit, per kilogram. We don't know the actual quantity. At least for SP, we know SP standard price per kilogram, which you guys gave me 1.5. This I know. All right. So then in that case here, what should I do as a serious student? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will have to open brackets, something that I knew most of us would not have done. So in this case here, I'll come and write this and mention there that material price variance equals SP times AQ purchased minus AP times AQ done what somebody purchased. Is that okay? Can somebody in this case here give me the name of this? Please give me the name of that. When you take actual price per kilogram times actual quantity, you get actual material cost. Actual material cost. As in, I can write this very well. I can write this very well. I can come and say MPV equals SP times AQ purchased. But now here I say minus actual material who? Cost. I say minus actual material cost like that. Actual material cost like that. Ladies and gentlemen, do I have my material price variance in the question? How much do we have there? 585. Adverse or negative, isn't it? So minus 585. Minus 585 equals SP. I know the value of SP. You guys gave me this as 1.2. 1.5, isn't it? Times, in this case here, actual quantity purchased, which I do not know. I can't get. So I'll simply come and leave this one as AQ purchased. But fortunately, I have the actual material cost. That I have. That I have. That is what my brother gave me at 64 what year? 6435. 6435. That is what my brother gave me here at 6435. So then can somebody do some abracadabra and they give me now the AQ? Because now I have one unknown with one equation. Now I can easily evaluate the AQ. I can easily evaluate the AQ. What shall I do? Abracadabra, I will take this minus 6435 to the other side. So it will be minus 585. This other side is negative. Here it becomes who? Positive, isn't it? Equals 1.5 times AQ purchased. So abracadabra. What do we have there? Abracadabra. Abracadabra. What do we have here? Abracadabra. This 5850. 5850. 5850 equals, ladies and gentlemen, 1.5 times AQ done what here, somebody? Purchased. Meaning that I divide both sides by who? I divide both sides by 5. So meaning that AQ purchased will be equal to 5850 divided by 1.5, which will end up then giving me what figure? 3,000? and 100. Is that okay? Now, once you give me that, I will be able, internet is unstable. Once you give me that, ladies and gentlemen, so the camera can go. Once you give me that, I will be able to give you something else in this question. Unajua nini nitakupatia? Because you see, if you remember very well, we had this 250, if you remember this. So then we go back, we say but sorry for that, will be equal to SQ minus AQ, isn't it? So then we have here 250 equals SQ minus now AQ, we have it. AQ is 3,900. So I can take this minus 3,900 to the other side, isn't it? So it will be 250 plus 3,900 equals what here, somebody? Equals SQ. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So SQ at the end of the day will end up giving us what figure? 4150. SQ will end up giving us 4150. When I began the class, I was betting with one of my best colleagues around here. I'm 100% sure if I was to bet with you, 300 shillings, each one of you here, that where we have reached, most of you will not be able to give me the actual output. I will win the bet. I will win the bet. You want us to bet? from here. Many students will not be able to get actual production. Who is willing to take the bet? Are you sure? You will lose. I like his confidence here, Mr. Kibet. But this brother has known the meaning of capital SQ. This brother amejua kwamba SQ is SQ per what? Per unit times what? Times actual product times actual production. Yes. Ningelose, I knew. Times actual production. SQ ndio umenipatia 41 what ya somebody? 50. SQ per unit I know. Standard quantity per unit, it has been given. Is 10. Yeah. SQ per unit has been given in the question. It is 10, isn't it? 10 times actual. Hivi nimewahurumia. Ningetaka kubet sana lakini nimehurumia. Ningelose kwako. Lakini hao wengine wote singekuwa tajiri. Ama mlikuwa mmefikiria hivyo? Ah? Okay, great. Wawili wangepata. Hao wengine ningekula pesa nzuri sana. So then are you able to get the actual production? For 15 years. So like now, this question was an advanced MA question that they brought down here to simply terrorize MA students, which is very, very bad. Kichwani hajafika bado hapa, si ni kweli? Ameshafika. Wakileta imefika sasa. Yenu inakuwa ile direct reverse gear, direct. Lakini topic tumefanya maswali mengi, I think now you guys wakileta kama hii, mtamanage, isn't it? Mtamanage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one, we are saying that the actual production is 415, eh? You divide both sides, and we're getting here. Are there two streams of MA classes here? Since you are on the same topic at different stages of the topic. So I don't know. So please, if you feel that you are comfortably getting this concept of variances, don't run away. Stay in class, eh? Don't run away. Stay in class. But if you feel that it's a little bit heavy, maybe you haven't started doing it with your mwalimu, please, as I said earlier on, just get something to be doing. So the students who are online, are you able to follow really what I'm doing? Please be very, very honest. Are you able to follow what I'm doing, or should I close this class for you totally? The students who are online, somehow, are they able to follow? I don't want to waste your time. Are you able to follow somehow? Are they able to follow somehow? The students who are online, are they able to follow somehow? Yeah, we are following. Remember, Florence, we are doing variance analysis. We are at the tail end of variance analysis. Tail end of variance analysis. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the next question. The next question there, what do they want us to do? Actual price of materials per unit. Actual price of materials per unit. Is that something that you guys can get very easily? Don't read the question forever. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I know one thing. I know that actual material cost, actual material cost equals AP times AQ. Actual material cost is 64.30 what? Is that okay? The actual material cost is 64.35. So they're asking for actual price. Is that okay? And unfortunately, we know this AQ, was it 41? 41? Actual quantity purchased of materials. 3,900, eh? 3,900. So I'm so sure somebody in this classroom may have thought of big things, writing big variance formulas. That is what was expected of us. Only that actual price, we have everything. Huh? 1.65. So my brother is giving me that AP is 6435 divided by 30 who? Which gives us 1.6 what here? 1.65 like that. So at times I normally tell my MA students, don't overthink. Usifikirie sana. Kuna zile ambao ni direct. We use material usage formula to get AP. Usage formula? No. Because you see usage formula, what do we have? Usage formula, SQ minus AQ into standard price. Hakuna AP nje, hakuna AP anywhere. Hakuna. The only way you would have used is material price, va? If you use material price variance, for sure you can get that AP. But why should you go there and you know that if you take total material cost divided by this actual quantity, you get AP. Straightforward. What is the third question? Actual wage rate per labor hour. Actual wage rate per labor hour. So basically they want AR, isn't it? They want AR. But you see, in this question, you don't have AH. If we had AH, I would have taken actual labor hours, not hours, but actual labor cost given there, divided by actual hours. I would have done that very easily. So I miss AH. So then the question is, how will I be able to get this AH? One of the labor variances, isn't it? Labor rate variance or labor efficiency variance. In this case, I would first of all start with labor rate variance because that's got AH directly somewhere. Yep. So labor rate variance. So right there, labor rate, you can start with any, and then if it doesn't work, you go to the other one, isn't it? Even me, I'm not so sure whether labor rate variance will work. It's trial and error. It is trial and error. This is trial and error. Trial and error. So trial and error. So we have here labor rate variance. Difference between how many rates? Two rates. Standard rate minus actual rate into what here, somebody? Actual hours. So this may not help me a lot. It will help me, yes. It will help. Do you know why? If I come and open the brackets, why am I opening the brackets? Because in this entire question, I don't see actual rate anywhere. I don't see actual hours. So if I'm the one doing this, I will come and open up this bracket, say SR times AH minus AR times what here, somebody? AH like that. And of course, we can baptize this very well. AR times AH should be known as who? Actual material, not material. It's actual labor cost. So you're saying here that labor rate variance equals SR times AH minus actual labor cost, like ooh. Now I will be able to get this AH very easily. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. So what is the labor rate variance given? 60, eh? Or 636? 636 favorable, isn't it? Do we happen to be having the standard rate per hour in the standard card given? 8, eh? 8. Kenya shillings 8 per hour, isn't it? Do we have actual hours? Gotire. Gotire is a German word for akuna. Akuna. AH. But do we have actual labor cost? Is it given? 60? 63. 16, eh? Ooh. 16. We shall overcome, yeah. 16? 16, 3? 24 like that. Now make AH the subject of the formula. This thing has to cross River Jordan, isn't it? And when you cross River Jordan, always things change. That is why our great Right Honorable Raila Odinga liked to cross River Jordan, because when you cross, life changes. Ama alikuwa anavuka peke yake? Hapana wewe. 636. So hapa ilikuwa negative, inakuwa plus. Plus 16 equals 8AH, isn't it? Mnasema ati ni ngapi? 16? 16? 960 equals 8AH, meaning that AH will be 1690 divided by, which is 21 what? 2120. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So once I get this AH, are you able to answer the question now asked by the examiner? The question asked by the examiner is all about actual rate. How will you get it? You take 16,324 divided by? Yeah. And how comes when I gave you this question as homework, you're not getting it right? Oh, you also got this. Oh, so the one you're not able to get is number one only. Roman 2. Roman. Unit. All right. You also got this right? All right. The ones who never did the homework, were they able to get it right? No, now they are seeing that the question would have been very easy. So in that case here, then the actual rate will be actual labor cost divided by the actual hours, which will be 16,324 divided by 2120, which gives us how much? 7.7. Thank you so much. Thank you and thank you so much. Yeah, somebody who is online should be able to help Mwalimu by advising the student. Which question are we doing? We are doing April 2025. Question number 5B. April 2025. Question number 5B. Question number 5. Boy, thank you. Now we got the last question on this. So the last question on this, what are they asking us to do there? They want us to give them production what year? Overhead cost. So what types of production overhead variances are they giving us? Expenditure and volume. So then will this be variable overhead variance or fixed overhead variance? Variable, we don't have volume. Volume is in fixed. So basically those are fixed overheads. The examiner is putting them there simply to ensure that they confuse you so that you can fall off the bus written pass going towards Castle, isn't it? You fall down, they crash you. Be very, very sad. We shall overcome. You see, fixed overhead cost variance has got two types of variances. We have fixed overhead expenditure and fixed overhead volume. Variable, we only have expenditure and what here, somebody? Efficiency. So this fixed overhead, this is fixed overhead, what here, somebody? Volume variance. Of course, this must be fixed overhead cost. Let's first of all write the formula of fixed overhead volume variance. So is there somebody who remembers the formula? Budgeted volume minus multiplied by what here, somebody? Fixed overheads per who? Per unit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So could you kindly give me the standard fixed overheads per unit? Let's start from this one. Kindly give me the standard fixed overheads per unit. So this will be budgeted. Yeah. Overheads all over budgeted volume. All over budgeted volume. So do we have these standard fixed overheads per kidogo? Do we have these standard fixed overheads per unit really anywhere? Hata waniongeleshi. We even have it. We even have it. Is it 10 or 50? Is it 10? You see, 10 is per hour. And we have got 5 hours. So each unit will be how much here, somebody? 50. So 50. So actually this is given to us. Standard fixed overheads per unit, we have 50 there. So then could you be very, very kind to me, please? Be very, very kind to me, please, to give me the fixed overhead volume variance, which is given there. Are you able to see it? $750 favorable. So minus what here, somebody? Minus 750. Do we have budgeted volume in this question? No. But we have actual volume. Actual volume was the actual output. Actual production. You gave me a figure. $415. $415. You had given me a figure here. These standard fixed overheads are 50. So treat this as if it's one number. So divide both sides by what here, somebody? By 50 first. Divide both sides by 50. So this and this will cancel out. Yeah. Minus 750 divided by 50. This will end up giving me what here, ladies and gentlemen? 15, eh? 15. This gives me 15 minus but. So budgeted volume minus 415, like that. So then budgeted volume will be equal to who? 430. What a lie. What a lie. It's 400, isn't it? Because when this crosses over, it will be minus 15 plus 415, which gives me 400. So budgeted volume is 400. Can somebody in this case here, a pretty good student, tell me, why do you think in this case here did I take this to be minus 750 and yet you told me that fixed overhead volume was favorable? It is what here, somebody? Exceptional variances, yes. Exceptional variance. There are 3. Sales variances, fixed overhead volume variance, and then fixed overhead. Nyamazeni nyote. Do you remember the third one? I give you money now. Unakumbuka? Ngapi? Capacity variance. Fixed overhead capacity. Those 3, you have to be very, very careful. When they are negative, that is when they are what you have to be very careful. Hiyo wanafunzi wanapataka wrong. Hata mimi nikimark, nikifikanga hapa hii swali ya mwisho hii, hata siangaliangi, najua ni wrong. Hii ni njia, hii ninapata pesa rahisi ya kumark. Na kila question nikimark ndo pesa mzuri sana. All right? So then we have gotten here budgeted volume. Sasa kuja hapa, abracadabra, tuende kwa the other fixed overhead variance, which is known as fixed overhead leo mmeboeka. Expenditure, isn't it? Expenditure. So, expenditure, right? So fixed overhead, expenditure variance will be equal to who? Who remembers this before leaving? Budgeted fixed overheads. Budgeted fixed overheads minus fixed overheads, yes. So as this examiner given me the fixed overhead expenditure variance, amesema ni ngapi? Ni 400. Amesema ni 400 favorable. Kama ni favorable, remember this is not an exceptional variance. Kama ni favorable, it's positive. Is that okay? 400 positive. Then this one here will be equal to budgeted fixed overheads. Do I have budgeted fixed overheads? Hata utafute kutoka Nairobi to Timbuktu, hautapata pale popote. Pako calculate. Pako calculate. Fortunately, my good students, we know how much you are budgeting per unit. So it will be 50. Do you remember that 50? Times budgeted volume. Times budgeted volume minus actual fixed overheads. Actual fixed overheads. Hata utafute kutoka hapa paka wapi? Haupati hiyo pia actual fixed overhead. Haupati actual fixed overheads. Haupati. Because that is what the examiner is asking us to calculate. All right. Fortunately, we happen to be having budgeted volume that you have just computed up. Ambayo ilikuwa ngapi somebody? Was it 400? Yeah. Minus this AFO. So this will be 400 equals, what is 50 times 400? 20,000. Sister umesema 20,000 ama 2,000. Very good. So meaning that this will be 400 minus 20,000 equals minus AFO. Minus AFO. So this will be minus 19,600 equals minus AFO. So minus and minus cancels out, meaning that the actual fixed overheads or actual production overheads is the same. Will be 19 what here, somebody? 19,600. Hii kusema ukweli kabisa, zini kusumbua watoto wa watu wengine. Ukiwa na examiner, when we give students this kind of a question, are you being fair to those students? No, isn't it? Wanataka retake, which is very, very bad. But in case ikuja kwa exam, hawezi ukapata zote, but at least now you have an idea, isn't it? At least here, hata kama number 1, number 2. Because I can assure you, most of the students here will get a Z, get a 0. If you can do number 1, number 2, perfect. Sawa. What is the time? Yeah, great. So then I will be able to come here and look for something. Yeah. This one here. Not that one. Kijana niliekea wapi? Wacha nimuite atole mimi. Wapatie kwanza hiyo. Now I can see somebody has raised their hand. Somebody called VB. So VB, do you want to unmute yourself and then you speak to mwalimu? VB, I can see VB. Yes, VB. Ask to unmute. Great. Now you can go ahead and talk to me. I'll be able to hear you very well.
Okay. I wanted to find out when we were calculating the budgeted, was it volume or what, under the fixed overhead variance? We used 415. Where did we get that 415?
The 450, if you remember from number 1. Number 1 was asking us to get actual what here? Actual production.
The standard quality. The one that you got with SQ.
No. It was the actual production or actual quantity.
Okay.
That is where we got the 4. Was it 415 or 450? 415. Are you able to see it, VB? from question number 1, Roman 1.
Yes, I think I missed that part. I joined late,
You
so I
missed
didn't
that
have
one.
it.
Unfortunately, we
Yes,
normally record all our classes,
it's okay.
so then you'll be able to review. Otherwise, what now the students are doing is the question that is on the screen, where they want us to reconcile. Thank you very much, VB. Since we bought this machine, you are the first student to ask a question. This thing is powerful, eh? It's very, very powerful. Now you can relate. Thank you very much. Great. So then we are given a very, very serious question here. You know, I've marked this paper for so long, especially when I was young. Nowadays, I don't mark. I'm past the expiry date. So I know this kind of a question. The one that they also tell you to reconcile the budget and the actual surpluses, this could easily come. And whenever it comes, so many students are not able to get anything. And I can prove to you. You know, you guys, we have done this topic called variances for about 3 weeks. So it's a very serious topic. Once you know it very well, and you have a few grasps of a few theoretical areas of MA, you can never fail. So this one, we have done variances with you for 3 weeks, but I can swear, it's wrong to swear, but I know the few minutes that I'll give you, guys will not be able to get this correct. And I know why. There is one technique, arm twisting, which this examiner did, and he was able to get many students off guard. Many students were caught off guard. So let's see. We are told Usafi Council has been awarded a street cleaning contract against other competing private firms. The contract price is 6,200 per kilometer of road, and the budget and the actual results are as follows. So they want us to reconcile between the budget. This budget, you can see budget surplus here, right? 88 what? 50 vis-a-vis what here, somebody? Actual surpluses. So basically, they want you to get all the 5 types of whatever: material price variance, material usage variance, labor rate variance, labor efficiency. Go to variable overheads, go to fixed overheads, go to say sales variances. And then you do that table that I've shown you how to do it. Looks simple. So I'll give you exactly 10 minutes to see if this came in your exams, would have you for sure gotten this correctly? Let me give you 10 minutes. And please, the students who are doing this online, you should know how to snip your screen. Don't ask me for this question after class. No, you simply take a screenshot. You guys have it on your WhatsApp, this question. Yeah, so this question, I don't want the students who are online, or rather online, they are doing them, of course, alone, isn't it? So even here, I don't want to see anybody talking to any other student. This one, you are doing it solo. If we catch you discussing, we send you home to bring your parent, isn't it? We are very serious. You're the parent, eh? Yeah, great. So that I'll send you to bring your son, isn't it? Or your daughter, so that you can talk to that child here, that your mom is not following instructions, right? So I want to see, ladies and gentlemen, whether they'll be able to give me the material price variance, material usage variance, labor rate variance. I love this. This is marvelous. Great question it is. So please, you don't have to get everything right, but I want your thoughts on this. I want you to try your very best. Even if you try and you don't get it right, so what? So long as you try. So long as you try. Great. Great. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was not even a tough question at all. It's a question that I would have gotten more than half of these marks without even knowing what I'm doing. So first, I will come and tell my examiner the standard card. So standard cost card. So check that question very well. If you look at the cost given, the very first cost given on top there is going by which name? Check the question itself. You can see we have direct material. Nope, no, no, not that one. Not that one. The first one given there to us is known as who? Wait, they are not talking to me now. They are not talking to me. It is direct what here? Labor. So direct labor. So this direct labor cost, how many hours have they given me? 32. So 200 hours. And these hours are for producing how many kilometers in the budget? 12,500. So divided by 12,500. So to get the labor hours, what we call SH per unit. Yeah. So 12,500 in this case here. So we have, this will be number of hours per unit times, have they given me the standard rate per hour? That does not change. Is it 5,000? 7,000. I don't want that figure. I don't want it. All shillings, I don't want it. Next one is direct what here, somebody? Material, isn't it? So direct material cost how many kgs? 1250. So we'll divide this 1250 by what here, somebody? By 12,500. Yeah, and each kg is going for how much? 5,000. Do we have any other item? Variable overheads, isn't it? So variable overhead, what are they giving us there? 3,200 hours. Is that okay? Divided by what here, somebody? 12,500. And per hour, what do we have there? 4,000? 4,500. I don't need fixed cost here. I would rather run a marginal costing system, which is composed of whatever variables. Hivyo sasa. And once I've written that, then I'm at home, I will get all the marks. I will get all the marks. All of us in this case here, we are A students, isn't it? Do we have actual production in this question? Do you know how many kilometers at the end of the day they actually did? How many? Now, we can either begin with the material price, but when you look at this very well, they started with labor. So let's start with labor rate variance. Let's start with labor. So labor, so we start with labor rate variance. Difference between how many rates? 2 rates. So we have the standard who? Rate minus who? Actual rate. Multiplied by what here outside here? AH. Actual hours. So then our labor rate variance, ladies and gentlemen, will be equal to, are you able to see the standard rate from the standard card given? This is our standard card. So in terms of the standard labor rate, it is what here, somebody per hour? 7,000. Actual rate, I will take the actual labor cost divided by actual hours. Or is it given? At times they give us directly from the actual information given. Have they given us the actual rate per hour? 7,100. And how many hours are we talking about here, somebody? 320 hours? Actual, 200, no. These are standard. If you go to actual, you'll be able to see the actual hours. 30-50. 30-50. 30-50. Thank you so much. So you can see this is not hard at all. When I came back here, nobody was writing. I mean, in these custom exams, we should be able to pick the easy concepts, easy marks first. Not unless you tell me that Mwalimu, this one you had gotten it. So you guys read the question, and then you took this small anthill to be like a big mountain, isn't it? No. What is the variance here, ladies and gentlemen? 3 or 5,000. Adverse. Now from there, with your permission, I will be able to get labor efficiency who? Variance. Do you remember the formula? SHA. Because it is these SHA people, the Indians, who are very efficient in all efficiency variances, we shall always be using SHA, isn't it? Multiplied by what here outside here? SRES. So is there somebody who can tell me something about these standard hours? Standard hours for actual production. So are you able to see the standard hours? First of all, you can see standard hours here per unit. They're here. They're here. So we have here 3,200 over what here, somebody? Over 12,500 times actual production. Times actual production. And a few minutes ago, you are the same students who gave me the actual kilometers that were done. How many were they? 11,750. Do we have the actual hours? 3050. Actual hours. Multiplied by the standard rate. Oh, yes. 7,000, isn't it? Times 7,000. I don't know whether the online students are able to follow. The online ninjas, are you able to follow the online ninjas? At least Ken is giving me answers, but the other students, including Ken, are you able to follow? Or you are wondering, this lousy teacher, what is this lousy teacher doing now? So when I gave you a chance to do, is there somebody who had reasoned like this? The first one, At least the first one. My sister at the very back. Siku zote haziwezi kuwa sawa, Kuna siku mtu analemewa, si ni kweli? Kuna siku ambayo mtu analemewa. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have done the labor variances. Now we can go ahead and do what are the material variances. Where did I get 11,750? Thanks for asking. 11,750, do you have the question, VB? VB, do you have the question? VB, do you have the question? It's on your WhatsApp. Yeah, if you go to the actual information, you'll be able to see that we actually did 11,750 kilometers. If you go to the actual information. Actual, you see we have the standard budget up there, and then we have the actual. You'll be able to see that we actually did 11,750. Can you kindly confirm, VB, that you've been able to see it? If you haven't, I'll be able to find. Yeah, thank you so much. So then we go to the materials. Materials, the first one will be fairly easy to get. So for materials, what do we have? We have material price difference between two prices. Which prices are these? Standard price minus into actual quantity done what year? Actual quantity of materials. Actual quantity of materials. And I like this because when Mwalimu does it, it now looks easy. But when I try doing it, looks a bit hard, isn't it? It boils down to practice. You must practice a lot. Practice. So in this very question, do we have the standard price per kilogram? Oh, yes, we do. You can see here, the standard price per kilogram, you can see here. It is 5,000, isn't it? Great. Then go to the actual information and pick the actual price per kilogram. Go to the actual side. Pick the actual price per kilogram. We am alone. 5,000? 5,000. Multiplied by, from that very actual section, are you able to see the actual quantity of materials you purchased? How many kgs? 1160. But this, as the sister told me, it gave her what year? 0. As the other students were saying, Mwalimu, this one we were getting 0, she got. But she never told me whether this is favorable or adverse. Neutral. That is it, neutral. So this one don't worry. You know, someone say favorable, adverse, or no. It's neutral. Don't give it anything. Is that okay? Yeah. Then we go to the material usage variance. So material usage variance, do you know the formula? So it is SQ minus multiplied by SP. Please don't forget that SQ stands for standard quantity for actual production. 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 Which the sister has been able to write a formula there. That will take standard quantity per unit times actual production. So standard quantity, already we have this. Standard quantity for this, we have this. This is the standard quantity here. So the quantity that we have, ladies and gentlemen, is given us. So standard quantity is 12 who? 50 over 12, but times actual production. Actual production, you're the ones who have told me that you guys were able to do how many kilometers? We actually did 11. Do we have actual quantity of materials used? 11,1060 or something? 1160. Do we know the standard price per kilogram? 5,000, isn't it? 5,000. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. So then the material usage variance at the end of the day will give me what figure? Open brackets, you say here, 1250 over 12,500 times 11,750 minus 1160. You close brackets times who? 5,000. What figure are we able to get, ladies and gentlemen? 75,000. Advance or favorable? Favorable. Now we are through with the labor materials. The next one will be variable overheads. And the variable overheads will begin with what? Yes, somebody variable overhead expenditure, isn't it? Expenditure. Variable overhead expenditure. Please try. I don't want to be the one doing it and then it looks easy. That's why I want to give you a minute. You try talking to your neighbor. You should try talking to your neighbor. I'm giving you a minute for you to try talking to your neighbor. I am giving you for you to try talking to your neighbor. Na sasa mmefika mahali hamfai kuibia formula. Sasa inafaa unatoa formula kwa kichwa tap, unaandika chini mara moja. Or are they too many? No, with the practice, those things are like one. How comes my age and I'm very old, eh? I'm able to remember all of them. A ninja. We shall overcome, okay? Please talk to your neighbor because I want when I do it, everybody will be able to understand. So you guys will give me the variable overhead expenditure, variable overhead efficiency, fixed overhead expenditure, fixed overhead volume. Those are yours, all of them. Those four. I'll only help you with, say, sales variances. And please, everybody must talk to their neighbor. Those who are at home, you also have neighbors at home, isn't it? You have neighbors at home. So what are we doing, Mwalimu? All of us were getting variable overhead expenditure, variable overhead efficiency, fixed overhead expenditure, fixed overhead volume. Those four only. Those four only. And then I'll be able to guide you very well. Otherwise, if I do everything and I'm not going to do, Bonita is asking, why are we dividing the cost by 12,500? Not the cost. Maybe, Bonita, you missed out some very important concept. Remember, they never gave us a material cost variance per unit. They gave us material cost for producing 12,500. So then we had to take the material quantity given divided by 12,500 to get the quantity for each unit. Yeah. So Bonita, I would request that you get this video, and because that is the first thing that we did. Maybe you missed that because of poor internet or something. That is the first thing that we did. So later on, you can get that video and please have a look at it. So abracadabra, let's see this together. Let's see this together. So then I do variable overhead. What here, somebody? Expenditure variance. Do you remember the formula? It is standard variable overheads per watt year times actual hours minus avocado. Avocado, where avocado is the actual variable overheads, isn't it? So do we have standard variable overheads per hour? We do. We have it. How comes you guys are not able to see it? How comes you guys are not able to see it? Variable overhead per hour is what here? Standard variable overhead per hour. And the rate of paying these variable overheads, it's 4,500 per hour. How about us how your tenor? Nyinyi mlikuwa mmetumia gani? Msinifiche mimi baba yenu. E 3,200 over or divided by? So you took 4,500 divided by 12,500. You see, ordinary, let me give you a secret. You see, like now, this, yeah. So these ones are hours, standard hours. And this is standard variable overhead per what here, somebody? Per hour. These are kgs, what we call the standard quantity per unit, and this is standard price. These are standard hours, and this is what we call the standard what here? Like that. Sawa. Kwa hivyo that 4500 is correct? Is correct. So nakuja hapa. Hiyo ndio uzuri nyinyi kufanya. Na mimi narudia. Mnaishika sawa sawa. So unakuja hapa. So standard variable overheads per hour 4500. Do we have actual hours? Actual hours. Wewe unasema no nani? Actual, from the actual information 30 50. Unajua hapa hakuna ile missing, hakuna ile unasema ile ambayo umepatiwa variance ya unaamua look for, isn't it? 30 50. Do we have actual variable overheads from the actual information? I think I've lost my brother there. Uko sawa? From the actual information, actual variable overheads ni ngapi? Somebody 13? 945. Or 13, eh? Yeah. You return back the thousands, isn't it? 13,945. And because it is in shillings thousands, I must always return them back. Otherwise, the other option will be also you convert this to thousands, eh? Convert this by 1,000. So then give me this variable overhead expenditure variance. According to my brother here, we are getting 220,000. Is that okay? Adverse, is that okay? Adverse, right? So then that you did and you got it 0. Kaput. I'll give you another 2 minutes. Now you do the variable overhead what here? Efficiency. It's part of the game. The only thing we don't do, when you are wrong, you shall never put a wrong kwa kitabu yako, eh? Never. Especially if you're a family person, never ever shall you put a wrong. Because I'm mtoto akiona wrong na najua ni mami superstar. Unaleka to correction, isn't it? Yeah. So what are we doing, all of us? We are doing variable overhead efficiency, and we are discussing all of us. Sorry. We are discussing all of us. We are discussing all of us. Asante sana, my brother. I normally like it when I see another student assisting their fellow colleagues. I like the formula. I like the formula the brother has written. At the middle, there at the middle here, unaibia formula variance ya efficiency. Au CBA yo was you tunakataa hiyo CBA yo. You know the easiest. What are my online students saying? What are my online students saying? Let me see what they are saying. Yes. Let's see. So, ukisha attempt, unaandika tu A for attempt, attempted. A for attempted. Hata kama umekosea, so what? So long as you have attempted. So long as you have attempted. Variable overhead, efficiency, variance. I can see a very good attempt here, and I think this is right. But nowadays, you don't talk to my sister here. That sister there does not like, you got the correct answer, 675. Yes, 675,000 is correct. 675,000 is correct. The online ninjas have also spoken to us. They are telling us, no. I'm waiting to see whether they will get it right. I'm waiting to see whether they will get this right. I'm waiting to see whether they will get these right. I'm waiting to see whether they will get this right. Ooh. Thank you so much. So let me now try it. So remember, it is variable overhead, efficiency, variance. which will be SHA. And then outside here, we have the standard variable overheads per what here? Per hour, because it's variable overhead efficiency. So the question is, do we have these standard hours for actual production? Yes, we do. The standard hours, they are here. They are here. Here. If you remember very well, they are here. These ones here. They are here. Yes. So these ones are the standard hours. Yeah. That's 200 over 12, 500. So great. So we have here 3,200 over 12, 500 times the actual production, because we remember very well, this capital SH stands for standard hours for who? For actual production. Mulikosea? Aya, mulifanyaje? SHA. So mulichukua nini times nini? The standard hours are 30,000? Minus actual. Hata itakuwa correct. Sababu, you see the actual hours ni ngapi kwanza? We kwanza niambie. Niambie the actual. Was it 11,750? Direct, eh? Okay. Okay. So times 11,750 minus actual hours are how many? 3050 times standard variable overheads per hour ambazo ni ngapi? 4,000. Wacheni uulize swali nyinyi wanafunzi wangu waerevu. Si mnakumbuka capital SH, lazima uchukue something times actual production always. Capital SH, just like capital SQ. And you see the SH that you have here, let me tell you something. Sorry for confusing you. Maybe when I wrote here SH, I confused you. You see, this is the SH per day. And I want this to be SH for the entire what year production is. Standard hours for actual production. Standard hours for actual production. So SH per unit times the actual number of units that were produced. This is something that you'll have to look at later, please. So at the end of the day, what answer are we able to get, ladies and gentlemen, here? What answer are we able to get, ladies and gentlemen, here? 189,000. 189,000 adverse, right? Thank you so much. From there, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to try the fixed overhead variances. Alafu zurua hii hata mwalimu akikosea, hata itajulikana mwalimu amekosea. Ninja amekosea. Because ile kitu haita reconcile. Hii ndio uzuri wake. Yeah. Na mimi siwezi kosea. Siwezi. Ukingojea nikosea utangojea mpaka jua ishuke chini kidogo. So fixed overhead variance are which ones? Fixed overhead expense. We start with the fixed overhead expenditure. Yeah. So we start with fixed overhead expenditure, which is before minus R4, isn't it? BFO minus R4 minus R4. BFO minus R4. Budgeted fixed overheads minus actual fixed overheads. Is that okay? Budgeted fixed overheads minus actual fixed overheads. How I wish I would have done it straight away very fast. But if I do it that way, I will not be helping you guys. Ala, umbu inataka kutuma mchana. Sijakashika hata. Nimekashika ninja mwenyewe. Ameenda. So budgeted fixed overheads in how much? It is given total 20. Oi, I'm alone. 20. 25,600. That is from the budget, isn't it? Minus actual fixed overheads. 5. 25, 100,000, like that. So 500,000, favorable. Positive, right? Thank you so much. From the charts, I can see, yeah. Thank you so much. Don't forget to return VB, that 1,000, or you, okay, that's still good enough. I've seen what you've done. So after fixed overhead expenditure, the next one is known as fixed overhead volume variance. Fixed overhead volume variance. Shall I give you a minute to try it, or would you want me to knock it down right away? Knock it down, because I'm the one who's going to do an exam. Knock it down. Fixed overhead volume variance. Andika formula kidogo. Pole kwa kuwasumbua, but we shall overcome. Nataka kama la semester wanafunzi wanapita wote darasa yangu. Wote. All right. So fixed overhead volume variance, it is budgeted volume, right? Minus actual volume, right? Multiplied by standard fixed overheads per who? Per unit, because of units. So do we have budgeted volume 12? 12,500. Actual is 11. Do we know the standard fixed overheads per unit? I should take something divided by something. I should take what divided by what? I know it'll be something divided by 12,500. 3,000. Times. Hapo sawa. Because you see, to get standard fixed overheads, we should take, in this case here, the total of fixed overheads given in the budget. Budgeted fixed overheads over budgeted out. What do we have there? Wamekataa hiyo. Budget ni ngapi? Ya fixed overheads. 600. Aya. So mnasema in 25? 600,000. Yeah. So then can you kindly give me this answer here? Just try your best. Budgeted over budgeted. Standard fixed overheads per unit. Kidogo kunyang'anya hii Yep. Yeah, you can still do that 3,200 times 8,000, isn't it? You can still do the 3,200. Yeah, to get these standard fixed overheads per unit. You can see this 3,200 times how much is it? 8,000. 8,000. And then you divide by what? Yeah, somebody 12. 500. We're going to get for 1 unit. We'll still give you the same answer. So, and again, remember that fixed overhead volume variance is exceptional. So then I should be able to come and get what here at the end of the day? 15, 36,000. Adverse or favorable? Do you remember that this is exceptional? So adverse. Thank you so much. Adverse. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from that, then go straight away to the sales variance. We're almost finishing. Go straight away to the sales variances. There are 2. Sales variances are 2. So we have here the sales who. Usianza na ngumu bwana. Anza na rahisi, sales price what? Variance. Utaki max ya bure? Anza na hiyo kwanza. Sales price variance. Sales price variance. Wanaibia formula na wahurumia sababu wataka create time over the weekend. Wakram hizo formula zo. See the difference between two selling prices. Which selling price is standard? Yeah. Standard selling price minus actual, isn't it? Actual selling price. Outside hapa tuko na actual quantity. In this case, that was done what you saw. So in this entire question, are you able to see the standard selling price? Are you able to see the standard selling price? 6,200. 6,200. Is there somebody who is able to see the actual selling price? In the actual information, about 6,200. How about the actual quantity sold? 11. 11. So this automatically will give me this automatically will give me 0. So after that, ladies and gentlemen, the next one will be what here, somebody? The sales, isn't it? The sales, yes. Which sales now? Sales volume, yes. Sales volume variance. So do we have this sales volume variance formula? Oh yeah. Hii ina confuse wanafunzi. Yes. Thank you. Sales volume variance. So this is BV minus AV multiplied by standard who? Profit per unit. Thank you so much. Standard profit per unit multiplied by standard profit per unit multiplied by standard profit per unit multiplied by standard profit per unit. To the kazi, what is the budget volume? 12,500 minus actual volume 11,700. Are you able to see the standard profit per unit? How much? We computer. Yeah. So I should take what divided by what? It's also given there. Are you not able to see the standard profit or the surplus? 8850, eh? So times 8850,000 divided by how many units here, somebody? 1250. You can as well compute it, right? You'll end up getting the same because already they have given me the profit, total profit in the budget. Already they have given me the total profit in the budget. What I just need to do is to come and divide it to get per unit, profit per unit. Mnasema 1250? The final answer. Unasema hii figure ni wrong. Inafaa ikuwe 12,500. Sorry for that. 12,500. 12,500. When you divide this, is it a beautiful number ama ni recurring? Lesmo mingi, eh? 70.8. Great. So the final answer is supposed to be what, ladies and gentlemen? And then tell me whether it's adverse or favorable. 531. 531,000. 53? Hey. Ni kubwa hivyo. Kama ni 531,000. Hivyo tu. 531,000. Favorable or adverse? Adverse, eh? Thank you so much. Now we have finished. So even if you don't get it right, go ahead and scare the examiner. Uko juu unaandika new page, big capital, unasema the reconciliation statement. Figako wrong. Anasema namna gani? Anakuchekesha sawa. Great. So unasema the reconciliation what year statement. Huyu anachekesha wewe, mimi nakuchekesha wewe. Wewe sasa unasema the reconciliation what year statement. You live by scaring others, isn't it? Scare others, yeah. So unasema hapo the reconciliation statement. Ui. So unaandika hapo the reconciliation statement. You scare this examiner, anashangaa mtoto ametokea wapi huyu sasa huyu. The reconciliation statement. Reconciliation statement. So tunaanza na budgeted profit. So budgeted profit, or what they are calling surplus. Pesa shiga na 50,000. Unasema namna gani variances katikati? So variances, you give us material price variance, material usage variance, labor rate variance, labor efficiency variance. So material price variance, mlikuwa mnapata ngapi woye? 0. Thank you. The material usage variance, mlikuwa mnapata ngapi? 75,000, right? Favorable, right? Labor rate variance, 0. 30,000. 3 or 5, eh? Adverse. Adverse. Labor efficiency variance, 292,000. 24,000. Adverse or favorable? Adverse. 294,000. Adverse. So after that, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the variable overheads. And we start with variable what here, somebody? Expenditure. Variable overhead expenditure variance. 220 adverse. Adverse. And then we have variable overhead who? Efficiency variance. Which will give us? 189,000. Adverse. We're almost there. Then we have fixed overhead. What here, somebody? Expenditure kwanza. Yes. Check. Is there somebody who is copying very fast my work? Adverse. 500. Favorable. Thank you so much. From there, we have fixed overhead. What here? Fixed overhead volume variance. 1536,000. 1536,000 adverse. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we happen to be having sales. So we have here sales, which I remember. So don't tell me this one. This one I remember for sure. I know that this one here is Z. And then now we have sales. What here, somebody? Sales volume, isn't it? Actually, the very best is to call it SVV. SVV. So what was the sales volume variance? 530. Adverse, eh? Adverse. 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 So sasa unakuja hapa, ukuja hapa utupatie actual profit or surplus. So then what you do, you take 885, ilikuwa ni 8850,000, eh? You add 75,000 because it's favorable. Adverse, you subtract, isn't it? You subtract, adverse, you subtract, adverse, you subtract. You add this favorable, minus 1536,000 adverse, minus 531,000 adverse. Give me a figure to write. Six-three. Is it reconciling? Ooh. So you should be able to make the examiner happy. If it's reconciling, you draw an emoji for this examiner. The emoji should be the one that has got big smile. Ear to ear smile, isn't it? If you're not reconciling, I'm chorele na karam rahing. Sad person. Although even if it's a sad person whose figure is not reconciling, you will simply just do what you're somebody. You just move. Usiende kujiuliza nimekosea wapi na waste time. Go to another Go to another question like that. So mine has reconciled. Mine is correct. Mine will always reconcile. In an exam, it's not a must. In an exam, just draw something like this, a bit sad. Because you see, we mark the what here, we mark the method. Yeah. You may fail to reconcile, but you get all the marks. Because you see, we normally say, like any 5 at 10. You don't have to get like all of them. Any 5 ticks at 10. The same is applicable to financial reporting, etc. Yeah. Like myself, I got so many awards for financial reporting when I was a student, and I never, ever, even up to date, I don't like balancing. When I'm teaching, I balance. But when I'm a student, I can't balance. Because balancing means that you will take a lot of what you means efficiency. In an exam, efficiency, perfectionism can cost you a lot. Thank you so much. On Sunday, we skipped last Sunday because I told you we have covered the syllabus pretty well. But do you think we need one session for revision of these variants on Sunday, or you're okay? We will come, eh? What time? 3 p.m. 3 p.m. you're gonna AMA. Let me check my timetable and then I say in the group, right? But we shall be skipping one Sunday, the other Sunday we come here. And of course, on Sunday, you can also log in from home, right? Yeah, you can also log in from home. Otherwise, thank you very much. Let's have a variances weekend. Variances, nothing else, nothing more. Hata mtu akisema tuende tutembee unamwambia no variances. Bye. The online ninjas, jika mmepata bahati kidogo, online ninjas at least tumeshika kakitu ama international disaster. Online ninjas, I would want to get feedback. I know coming to get a new teacher in a new topic may not be very, very nice of things, but overall, have you gotten something? Ken, we shall overcome. I love this. We shall overcome. The videos and learn more. Yes. Go to the videos and learn more. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Good night. Bye. Thank you so much, Matthew. We shall overcome.